PDN News Updates. Here is Bradley Bartonico from our PDN Newsroom. This is brought to you by our sponsor, KFC Guam.
About 8 to 10 schools could be closed if the student enrollment in most or all of them is small, based on more than 7,000 total enrollment loss in the Guam Department of Education over the past 10 years. But fewer GDOE schools could be closed if they involve larger schools. Schools that are being renovated or leased are unlikely to be among those to be decommissioned. A decision will be made by the end of April on what schools will be decommissioned. These are among key points during GDOE meetings the past week on plans to close schools as public school student enrollment continues to decline while expenses, including utilities, continue to go up. In other news, get ready shoppers as variety megastore Don Don Donkey is set to hold a grand opening on April 25, after more than 5 years of anticipation from the public. Makoto Hanawa, president and director of Donkey Investor Pan-Pacific Retail Management Guam, confirmed the grand opening date for the Pacific Daily News Thursday night. But the deals will begin a few days early for certain VIPs, Hanawa said, who will be able to attend pre-opening of the 171,000 square foot store. A limited soft opening will kick off on April 22 and April 23, he said. Once fully opened up, store hours will run from 6 a.m. to midnight, according to Hanawa. Human bone fragments dating back to prehistoric Guam were reburied at Marine Corps Base Camp Laws on Friday morning, accompanied by a short cultural ceremony honoring the ancestral remains. The area inside the main base cantonment, historically known as Sabanan Fadang, has been occupied in one form or another for thousands of years, and 5 burial sites containing a number of individual graves were located there during base construction, base officials said. Friday's reburial was not without objections, as a group of protesters gathered outside of the fence with signs reading "No More Desecration" and other slogans. Bone fragments buried Friday belonged to people living in Guam's Latte period, and were found nearby the burial sites, according to State Historic Preservation Officer Patrick Lujan, who spoke briefly before the reburial ceremony. In other news, Judith Amesbury, an archaeologist who has dedicated more than 40 years of her life studying ancient Chamorros and others in the region, has been given the highest honor that can be given to a non-Chamorro. Governor Lulian Guerrero on March 14 bestowed the Ancient Order of Chamorri award to Amesbury, who has published a lot of information about ancient Chamorro life through her research. Amesbury was one of the 4 founders and directors of the Micronesia Archaeological Research Services, or MARS, in 1992. It's a non-profit scientific and educational corporation committed to researching archaeology and indigenous cultures in the Western Pacific. The governor said she honors and respects archaeologists like Amesbury, who provide people information about their history, and her work has been impactful for Guam. For more on these stories, go to guampdn.com and follow us on social media.